Welcome to the inaugural episode of Two Studs Deep podcast. I'm Peter.
And I'm Sony.
And we're just going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to give a little bit of background and kind of go over the segments in the show we want to do. But more importantly, we want to just give a background of our Lego history, how we met, and yeah. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Sony. I've been into Lego for literally almost exactly 2 decades now. Should I show everybody my Lego sets? Yeah. So I actually brought my very first Lego sets that I ever got, and I have it put on the side here. So, you know what thing bad boys were into?
Oh, yeah.
In the early 2000s, the bad boys were into Bionicle. So here is one of my very first Lego sets that I ever got and what really got me into Lego. And I was into the shooter ones like this. He can even move his hands side to side. He kind of looks like a crab with the scissor hands, but he's really cool. And at that same birthday party where I got this guy, I also got these 2 little guys too. And I literally haven't taken them apart since I originally first built them in first grade. Besides when this guy just got decapitated. But besides that, my little hands built these.
Do you remember the names of the set? Or the character names?
Ooh, no.
Okay.
No, do not ask me the names. I literally used to have the Bionicle code book. And I was obsessed with the lore. The Bionicle has crazy lore. But I do not remember any of the names, unfortunately. And we have these discs as well. I literally have all the pieces left.
There goes.
There it goes. We'll find it later, though, because they glow in the dark.
Oh, okay. This is actually the first Bionicle I ever touched. I don't think I've ever touched a Bionicle.
You're kidding.
No.
Actually?
Absolutely, yeah. Never.
So you're not a Lego fan?
Essentially, although...
Interesting.
I heard recently... do you ever have Dark Age?
Oh, Dark Age. Wait, what was your first Lego set?
Oh, we want to do that first?
Yeah.
Okay. So it probably wasn't my first Lego set. It was one of the first ones I remember building. Mm-hmm. It's the Ice Planet Tunnelator. So probably if it was released today, it would be like a $10 box or maybe even a poly bag.
So it was that tiny of a build.
Yeah.
Really?
So, and I remember this set vividly because we got it through Shop at Home, not the website.
Now tell me what is Shop at Home.
Well, that's the name of the Lego website.
Oh, that was the name?
Well, I mean, that's what they refer to it now.
Oh, okay. Oh,
maybe it's
like a generational term. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that.
But anyway, had a Lego catalog that came to the house. Got to circle what you wanted.
I still do that.
Fill out the order form, and then kind of write them a check and mail it away. And a month later, a Lego set showed up.
I'm sure your mom loved it when that catalog came in the mail. She's like, "Ooh, now I gotta pay for more stuff."
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm not surprised that you're into Ice Planet, and that was your first set.
Well, when it arrived, we were. Our mailbox was at the bottom of a long driveway, and we were going somewhere, and we saw there was a package, so we picked it up. And I was told I can't open it until we get home.
Ooh, that's hard.
I was impatient. I started opening it in the backseat of the car, and the plastic was much different in those days on Lego sets. It wasn't easy to open.
Ooh, okay.
It was like very thick and hard to. It had like a bunch of perforated holes in it, but still was really hard to open. So I'm like just pulling with all my might. And also, mind you, there weren't air conditioners in cars or in a lot of cars then, so the windows were down. So when that bag exploded, probably half the pieces went out the car window.
Are you serious?
While driving.
No.
So I remember my dad pulling over, yelling at me, and then he picked up all the pieces along the side of the road. Yeah. And then he built it to make sure all the pieces were there.
Oh, so you got all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So they were recovered.
That's like traumatizing, though. It's like bit. You get your first Lego set, you're so excited, and then your dad's like, Peter!
Probably wasn't my first, but it's the first one I remember.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we were also going to talk about dark ages.
Yes.
Of Lego, because a lot of Lego fans have gone through a dark age.
Usually when kids grow out of it and want to be cool and they don't touch it again and then they rediscover it later as an adult. So
that's what happens a lot.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't think I really ever had a dark age. I was telling Peter about it, but there was a huge chunk of my life where I couldn't buy my own Lego sets because I was like in middle school. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any means to go to a store and buy anything, but I would wait like every birthday to get a set.
Okay.
And that's how I accrued about half of my Bionicles currently.
Okay.
And then in high school, I got mad addicted to Minecraft when it came out in 2014.
Okay.
And before that, I just didn't have the money. And in high school, I had a lot more money. So that's when I like really got into Lego.
Okay.
2014, like with the Minecraft stuff.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
And that's still your number one theme today, right?
I would say Minecraft and Lego Friends.
Okay.
I really like both of them. And then once I got a little bit older, like actually outside of high school, I got more into the medieval stuff too.
Okay.
With like castles. And then I also bought some pirate sets.
I probably had a pretty long dark age because I went to elementary school in the early 90s. And then I remember, you want to grab that Ice Planet figure on the...
This one right here?
Yeah. So this is the guy who came in the tunnel later. But I remember my sister had this dollhouse that was like a off-brand, but it was still Lego compatible.
Yeah.
So we took all of the Lego figures and they became characters in the dollhouse and we told stories with them. And since my parents always listened to country music, all the minifigures had country music stars as their names. So like we had Shania and this guy became Garth for Garth Brooks.
I love that. That's
mostly
funny.
Because he had the song It's Midnight Cinderella. And in that song he talks about Peter the Pumpkin Eater, which as an adult thinking about that song, it might have been referring to something else, but
stay away from that. I mean, these are really cool though. And
but
you're obsessed with these.
Yeah, so. And it's actually my favorite Lego color is translucent neon orange or trans neon orange.
Yeah.
And it was used a couple themes in the 90s. Most remembered for this one, and I think the last time it was used was for Nexo Nights.
So it's been a bit.
Yeah, so it's been about a decade since there's been a new piece in that color.
Oh, I hope they bring it back eventually.
Yes.
That would be nice.
They obviously didn't care about bringing it back during the CMF series this past summer.
Yeah.
Because they just did regular trans orange.
Yeah, because that could have been a good chance to bring the color back, but...
If you want to grab the modern one...
The modern, is it this one right here? Yeah, this is the one I have at home as well.
You can see the difference in the orange. If you get a little bit close up, it's like nothing beats this. Yeah. It's not even a substitute.
Yeah.
The Lego designer tried to say this is what the chainsaw looks like in the off state. But I always used like a gray chainsaw for the off state.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like this old trans orange here because it literally looks like it's glowing. You put any light on it and it's like shining. And
black light, it looks phenomenal. So I actually did do some black light photography with Ice Planet. If I can find those photos, I'll pop them in. Yeah. But my dark age. So
oh, that's right.
Pretty much I left Lego probably in elementary school at some point.
Really? That's early.
Yeah, it's just, moved on to other things and, Yeah. And really, as an adult, I snuck back into it when I got out of grad school. When The Force Awakens came out, I bought the Falcon. That was 2015. Yeah. And I had no idea how many Lego Star Wars sets there were. And I was like, I'm going to collect all Lego Star Wars. And then I'm like... And then this was like when I had my first programming job out of college. And I saw the price of Lego. And I'm like, I can't afford this.
And now you really can't afford it because it's gotten up. Yeah. So
I think I collected 3 sets from The Force Awakens. I got Rey's speeder. 4 sets because I got the battle on the temple and then the Resistance transport craft.
So it took you a pretty long time to get back into it.
Yeah. Dang. And then I took 3 years off again.
How?
Well, because it's just like I just saw Star Wars. It was just going to be too much to collect all that, and I'm like, what's going on? And then it was after I lost my job and I was pretty depressed. I was walking through Walmart, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw the sets for Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
I'm like, needed a creative outlet, and I started making stop motion videos with those sets.
Okay, those are fun.
So that's kind of what started this, not this channel, but my Lego channel.
Oh, okay.
I was uploading those stop motions.
That's cool. But yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming to think of how many Star Wars sets are out there.
Yeah.
Because didn't they come out with them when like that Sand trilogy came out? the Sand one?
Are we talking about the prequels?
Yeah. Yeah. The prequels.
My favorite.
They came out when the prequels came out.
Yeah,
right?
we're like 25 years in now.
Oh my god.
But yeah, then I was like in 6th grade.
Yeah.
But I was out of Lego by then, so
yeah.
I didn't even know there was Star Wars Lego until I was in college. But yeah, and we wanted to go into our first segment.
Yeah.
We think it's going to be our weekly segment. We are going with the paintbrush.
Yes.
Minifigure paintbrush. And sorry I'm having you grab everything, but they're right on the edge of that table.
Yeah.
I meant to fully look up the number of varieties of this element. We'll have a larger version on screen. But essentially the minifigure paintbrush,
yes.
We have one that's all reddish brown. And then I think they came out with the full colored ones. And then finally, there's just one with just the tip that has paint on it.
Yeah.
So far, I know there's blue, orange, and red. Or green.
I don't know about red, but I've definitely seen green. I have a few green. And what's interesting is that none of these have the silver line on it, but there have been some paintbrush elements where it does actually have a silver line on it. There you go. So this one actually has a silver line and then half of a green tip rather than a full there. So it's a little bit different from the full blue ones here.
So my question is, do you think an art teacher contacted Lego and told them, hey, you need to tell kids to be conservative with their paint because there's no reason to fill up the whole brush, all the bristles.
This is too much paint right here.
Too much paint.
A little goes a long way. I was always taught that with glue too.
It's really interesting because it's like, I think the full ones came first. And then you see, as you said, there's like a silver metal band around there binding the bristles to the wooden handle of the brush. And then when they came out with the orange one, they didn't do the band.
Yeah, they took off the metallic paint.
So it's like they made an improvement and came back. So I think we got 4 variants of this element.
There might be more of them too.
Yeah, when I'm excluding color variants, just like print style variants, I guess I should say.
Yeah, blues and greens are definitely the ones that I personally have seen the most. Paintbrushes get featured quite a bit in friend sets with like Emma being really artistic and creative and stuff. So when I saw that you had this paintbrush with the half orange tip, I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Yeah. So it's very cool to compare the variations.
Hopefully this segment's going to vary from week to week. Sometimes we're going to go into building techniques and I think we're going to take turns picking an element each week.
Yeah, I think next week I'll try to get really creative. Okay. Like something very interesting.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to take a short break and maybe hear something from our sponsors.
Ooh, okay. I'm ready to hear it too.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're back.
That was incredible.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I'm fascinated. Anyway.
So, kind of want to do a little bit of news segment. Now we're recording this in an off week, so not really much going on other than the Pharrell Williams movies coming out and the set just got announced.
That's right.
Do we want to just give initial thoughts?
Yeah, as I've seen pictures of it online. So I love the colors.
Yes.
I like the smoke coming from the bottom. The rocket itself, I'm not a huge fan of the design.
Okay.
And I'm sure you've seen the minifigure heads.
Yes.
The victims.
The victims.
The victims that have been
friends
decapitated. And they're just displayed like little animals.
Yeah. Interesting choice. I kind of have similar feelings about the set. I think should we get it to review?
We might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might end up doing that. We'll see.
Yeah, we might have to go to the movie theater day one when it drops.
Yes. So more of my concerns at this point right now, it's about the actual movie itself. I think it's incredibly narcissistic and vain.
It does have an egotistical vibe to it so far, the way the trailer does start off and everything.
When I was a kid, I knew I was different. And people would say, oh, that's an odd child. And that crushed my spirit.
Kind of like, I'm different.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I hope it's good. Yeah, maybe we'll go see it day one and then give thoughts. Maybe make an episode focusing on the set in the movie.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. I am excited for it. It looks good. Visually, very appealing.
Yes,
yeah. Just like the other Lego movies that we've had, like it's got its own uniqueness, you know. It's unlike any other movie. So I'm excited for it just for the visuals, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we don't know.
Well, hopefully we'll have some more news next time. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Man, this is gonna be a Lego movie, bruh.
So Peter, tell me, I'm really confused. What is a CMF?
It's a custom minifigure, right?
A custom minifigure? I don't know, isn't it?
That's what I hear a lot of kids say.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So actually, it is a collectible minifigure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can I get these?
Well, usually about, what is it? I want to say about 3 series a year come out. So about every 4 months, the Lego store or Lego.com or any retailer that has Lego gets a box of these guys. Right now, I think there's a total of 36 boxes inside.
Yeah.
And they've been pretty nice putting 3 of each figure in a series, with 12 being the current number in each series.
Has it always been that way?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Ooh.
So I want to say 2010 was the first series. And there were 16, and they were also in foil bags and not boxes. And I believe they were $3 a piece.
$3 is crazy because right now it's $5.
Yeah.
$5 a piece. And I was never super into the collectible minifigures personally. I do absolutely love them because they all have like very individual, unique characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can really create a personality if you want to add to your city or build a scene or something.
Yeah.
They're absolutely perfect.
And I think a lot of people viewed it as a opportunity to get a figure that they would not otherwise be able to get in a set. Or something that's super specialized that they probably would never make a set of. Yeah,
like the famous shark guy.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't see him in a set, like a city set creator set. Has he been in a set?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was like, oh.
But yeah, no, and I think it came before it happened. But do you remember that one Katy Perry concert where the shark on stage went and did its own thing?
Yes, the left shark. Yes.
So a lot of people now call that minifigure Left Shark.
They kind of do look like the minifigure. Yeah, you're right, actually.
So, I don't know if Lego and Katy Perry are like planning something like some New World Order stuff.
Yeah, maybe it was all planned. It's been a while though. I haven't heard about Left Shark in a hot minute.
But at some point, they started to, because these would just be non-licensed characters, meaning it didn't come from a pre-existing IP. They would be inspired by either real world characters, fictional characters, or like basically your public domain characters like Dracula or something.
Yeah, something pretty. It's generic, but it's also very unique at the same time. Yeah.
And then they broke into IP, and was it the Simpsons that were the first ones?
Simpsons was a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a couple series actually.
yeah.
Yeah, Simpsons. And then obviously
They
Disney
did Harry
and
Potter.
Marvel. Harry Potter came later.
And then when the Ninjago movie came out, actually when every Lego movie came out, it got CMF series.
Oh yeah, Lego Movie did have CMFs.
Lego Movie 2,
Even Lego Batman.
and got 2 of those.
Yeah. So there's been a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But question, or I thought that I have been seeing posed more and more online in the past few years now, is why doesn't Star Wars get a CMF series?
Ooh, good question.
So why doesn't Star Wars?
Why doesn't Star Wars? Firstly, this is me personally,
Okay.
not being a hater.
Okay.
Not being a hater on Star Wars. I feel like Star Wars already gets a lot.
Yeah.
From Lego.
Yes.
I feel like there's so many sets that there's almost no need to have CMFs for Star Wars.
Yes, and I believe, just to play devil's advocate, even though I don't really believe in that argument, people would say, well, there's some figures that are just locked behind a huge paywall. So they think a figure that appeared in a UCS set should show up in a CMF series, so I can get it for $5.
Well, you can get one for like $13 right now, you know.
That's true.
Mr. Captain Rex.
Right, because it's identical to the one that's in the UCS Venator, right?
That's what I've heard, is that, how much is the Venator? It's like
$650.
Is it $650?
I think so.
And I believe in the instruction manuals,
I don't know.
I believe it said it was exclusive to the
Yeah,
Venator. It should have said, at this time, when the Venator comes out, this Captain Rex is exclusive, but now there's a microfighter.
But also, when anything's in print, you always assume that's true for the time that it was written.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like, at the turn of the century, they said there was 8 planets. And then there was Pluto.
Yeah, we kicked Pluto out.
And then Pluto, became a planet. And, your textbook anything that's written is only good to the point where it was written.
Yeah, I don't know if that works well with capitalism,
unless you're being a prophet or
yeah. So I feel like right now the Star Wars CMFs are the microfighters as well as like the little mechs.
Yeah,
because they're pretty cheap.
They are cheap.
Yeah.
But once again, I believe their argument is, so far all the mechs are characters that are already well established and readily available.
Ooh, that's very true.
And basically you're spending 3 times as much to get a figure that you already have and to throw away pieces.
Yeah.
So they do have some good arguments.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they also have a catalog of 25 years of sets. And honestly, if I were a betting person, I would say we're in the 5 to 10 years away of Star Wars taking a break.
I mean, I thought they were already going to take a break.
Yes.
Yeah, with the recent trilogy. And after that ended, I thought there was going to be a break, but then Disney went on to do shows.
Yes.
Little spin-off series and stuff. So now I'm like, ooh, they might keep this going for as long as they can, like milk it.
To a point where they just can't make money, I guess.
Which will never happen. I'm assuming.
Because there is a fan base that will buy any product as long as it has the logo on it.
Although I guess that does make me wonder, why aren't there Star Wars CMFs? Because like with Disney, the Disney fans are always crazy. That I'm assuming that's why we have Disney CMFs. It's because there's people who will always be there to buy it. Right. But
I think they're also logic with Star Wars is they can more easily convince that fan base to buy more expensive sets. So Disney, you don't see too many super expensive sets.
Yeah.
You get a Disney castle every 4-6 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing really of that size. And then Star Wars is year after year after year of huge sets.
Yeah. That's true. You gotta milk them, dude.
So
if they're there, you gotta do it.
I know people who would love a CMF series that is just 16 different clones.
There's a lot of army builders out there. Yeah. They would absolutely go crazy.
That way you can still keep exclusive figures behind that paywall.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could make a lot of people happy and just basically be printing money at that point.
Yeah. So like I'm not super into Star Wars like as much as you, but
I'm at the point where I don't like Star Wars anymore.
Oh,
I just know
but you're
so much.
knowledgeable.
Yes.
Yeah, you know your Star Wars. I feel like for the army builders, like because they don't have the CMFs and stuff, they still do have though. Like it's usually like $20.
Mm-hmm.
The little sets that come
The
with
battle
like
packs.
The battle packs.
Those used to be $10 back in the day. Then they were $15. Then now they're $20. And now they have the mega battle packs that are $30.
Oh yeah, okay. Is that what you call them? Mega battle packs?
Well, I want to say they're too mega because they're not really more minifigures. They just threw a bunch of droids in.
Yeah, and then added $10. Yeah.
So I can feel if I were a Star Wars fan, I would be upset too.
Yeah.
Having to pay that much to get something that used to be $10.
All the cool minifigures.
Yeah.
But
most of the people, they just want the figures. They don't care about the small battle pack builds.
Yeah. So if Star Wars doesn't get CMFs, like what makes Lego create CMFs for like a certain line?
I don't know.
What's the criteria? Because like I thought the D&D stuff was pretty random.
Yeah.
Very out of the blue.
It's a brand new IP, so it totally makes sense because earlier this year they had the castle that came out.
Yeah, the Tale of the Red Dragon.
Yeah.
Incredible set.
And then later in the year to have a CMF series to have more characters, since D&D is a role-playing game, tons of different characters. That's just going to boost your sales of that big set again. Yeah. Delaying that release of a CMF. So that's a good reason to introduce a new IP. Don't know how long D&D will stick around in Lego. It could be just one and done, or it could be, get a set every year.
Yeah, or it might be like a Lord of the Rings situation where it's like one really big set every once in a while.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's better than nothing, but it's also nice to have like the smaller, like the CMFs, they're $5. They're cheap. They're easy to buy. It would be nice to have more stuff like that. But,
right. So, and I think this kind of goes into my thought of what makes a good CMF series is I like having a theme wrapped around it. This summer they did the space where they paid homage to classic space as well as creating some brand new characters. A series earlier this year was just totally random. And do you remember which figure I collected the most out of that?
I don't know. Is there a hint? That's the hint right there.
The goat herder. So we got plenty of goat. I think I got 21 goats.
You know how many I got?
How many?
0.
Why?
I don't know. So someone was buying all of them out in the local area. Couldn't find any of them. I have no goats. I'm goatless.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
But that was a really good figure for the CMF stuff because it's really nice to have a cool animal like that.
And accessories. And I think out of that series, I think I only got 1 or 2 other characters, like the noir detective.
Yep, that one's a cool one.
But yeah, it's just like I got to the point where it's like I don't want to collect the full series anymore. I just want to pick the figures I want. But this last one, Space, I got all of them. I got 1 of each, and then maybe 1 figure I went a little overboard on.
Yeah, that's the tough part with CMFs is like, it's completely random, supposedly. And a lot of people have a specific one they want. Yeah. And for me personally, I've been really enjoying the Dungeons and Dragons minifigures just because for me, all of the characters feel like a hit. Yeah. They all have really good parts. So I've been really happy about that. But yeah, the last generic series we had, was it 24 or 25 or something? The one right before the space one?
Well, Space is technically a numbered series.
Ah, okay. So yeah, the one right before Space. I think
it was 26 is the number.
Yeah. So was not great. Yeah. It wasn't very strong. I remember opening some of them and I was like, man, this sucks. Yeah. I didn't want you, So.
So do we want to talk about ways of getting around no longer having a blind box or a blind bag to feel?
The drama. Yeah. The bag to box transition was so dramatic. And like on the Lego subreddits, I'm in like a million different Facebook groups. People were freaking out so hard. I wanted to feel up the bags, But then people have figured out a way around it.
Yeah. So they went from bags to boxes. Took a couple series. But essentially there's an internal I want to get this right because it's technically not a QR code. It has a different name, but it's for internal use. Mm-hmm. And people have been able to interpret. Oh, it's called a data matrix.
Okay, fancy.
They were able to figure out the codes that match to specific figures, and now people can scan that barcode and know what they're going to buy.
Yeah. But
it doesn't always work when it's first released because it's a crowdsourcing effort of people reporting numbers and such.
Yep.
But if you come across a box in the wild, I want to say the past 3 or 4 sort arrangements of the big box that comes from the factory, the first 3 figures are the same, next 3 figures are the same, next 3 figures are the same. So if you think you have an untampered box, it's just like grab every third one. Mm-hmm. And that's really good practice if you don't have time to scan. Yeah. If you just want to just never grab three next to each other.
I feel like, so I've never used the apps to scan.
Oh, really?
I feel like such a weirdo. Like if I was standing there like in the freaking toy section at Walmart or something.
I have no shame.
I have shame. I feel shame. Okay. I also actually, so like I'm super into Pokemon cards too. Okay. Like super into it.
Do they have a code to scan?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing is Pokemon cards. Like there have been some like sometimes where people bring in a scale and like weigh for holographic cards and stuff. But even then, you don't know which holographic card it is ever. Like there's no way to tell like the CMFs. So for me personally, I like collecting Pokemon cards and I like.
Does every pack have a holographic or?
No, it depends on the set. Okay. But like if we're talking like, you know,
because then it's worth it then if you know not every pack has it. Yeah. You want to find one that definitely does have it.
Pokemon's definitely done something similar to Lego, where now individual packs are wrapped in like a tight cardboard, like a thin cardboard. So it's harder to tell the weight too. So I feel like a lot of businesses are going that direction where they want to keep the blindness there. Yeah. And so for me personally though, I like the surprise. Okay. So I actually enjoy not knowing what's in the CMF, like in the package.
But that's also coming from an adult who also has somewhat of a discretionary income.
That is true. And that's why at Walmart you see ripped open packages.
Which do not endorse. Do
not rip open packages. Don't ruin it for everybody. Just, you know, download the app if you're gonna, if you really want one specific one, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on CMOs? Like, what's a future? Any future themes you'd like to see?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, for me personally, like I'm a huge Sonic fan. Okay. And you know, they just started the Sonic theme last year. Mm-hmm. I would love to see Sonic CMFs.
So yeah, because it'll help people like me. Because what was the set that just came out that had the gold Sonic in it?
Oh, the Super Sonic?
Super Sonic.
Yeah, I think it was like the drill. Okay. What was it called? The drill something. I already have it, but
I foolishly thought it was Tails in the set. I didn't know it was Super Sonic.
Of course you
do. I'm like yellow.
You fake fan. No, I'm kidding. You're not a fan.
I know.
But yeah, well, it's like Sonic has a lot of characters that they could do. Although I understand if Sonic is a little bit too niche.
Well, I was just gonna say Star Wars fans are gonna use our logic against you. Because Sonic already gets sets, so why should it get a minifigure series?
Listen, Sonic hasn't had that many sets. There's no UCS of Sonic. If there was, though, I'd be all over it.
What about the Shadow Bus coming out?
Oh, the Shadow Bus. Speaking of news, so I have extremely mixed feelings on it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do Sonic, just because Sonic is very... I mean, he is the protagonist. Yeah. He is the star of the show, you know? For people like me, Shadow's great.
They're doing it for the new movie, right?
Probably. That's what I assumed. Yeah. Because Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is coming out, and Shadow the Hedgehog is going to be a huge deal. If you've seen the trailer, he is voiced by Keanu Reeves. Okay. It's going to be crazy. I'm very excited for it. But the bust looks interesting.
Isn't he almost 70 now?
Is Keanu Reeves almost 70? Oh, it's perfect because he has that like kind of like monotone flat voice, which is very Shadow, so it fits very well. But the bust itself, at first when I saw pictures, I was like, what the hell is this? Are you kidding me right now? But then
they look like the Pharrell's friends, you know,
decapitated. And then I'm like, no, they don't understand the lore. Shadow's immortal, you know, he can't die. But when I saw it, I was shocked. And then I went to the Lego website once they actually like officially announced it and everything. And they have like those 3D spinny pictures.
Okay.
Like a video, I guess, of like a 3D render. Yeah. And I viewed Shadow's head from like all the angles. From some angles, it might work.
Okay.
Yeah. But the pictures they took are horrendous.
So
looking.
when everyone comes to your house, you'll be like, you have to stand right here.
Yeah.
Look at it from here.
I will position Shadow in the best way, the perfect way.
What if you put a webcam right below him and you have like connected to a Raspberry Pi and you have like eye tracking software so he rotates so no matter where you're looking from.
It'll be like a Mona Lisa situation.
Exactly.
Be like, oh, you always make perfect eye contact. She's always watching you. Yeah. I'm excited that there's more Sonic.
Yeah.
But again, this is another set that is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So I wish Lego would do more smaller price point stuff like the CMFs, you know, push those out a little bit better. Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be another like series coming out this year.
CMFs?
Yeah, I think, end of this year.
I think D&D's the last one this year.
Oh,
because they've been doing 2 licensed themes a year and then one unlicensed theme.
Mm-hmm.
This year they did 2 unlicensed ones.
So do you know if it's usually like January?
Yeah, I think January is going to be next one.
Okay.
It's usually about every 4 months.
Yeah. Well, that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
To see what that looks like.
The last segment we want to do today is going to be a trivia game.
A trivia game for you.
For me.
Yeah. We'll see if you win or if you lose.
Okay, so next week I'm probably going to have a gamer challenge for you.
Ooh, okay. That'll be interesting.
So what are we doing in this one?
Firstly, I actually have this lovely book, The Big Book of Lego Facts, and I found some interesting pages.
Okay.
And I wanted to check to see if you are actually a Lego fan because I'm skeptical.
Oh, yeah, because we saw how much of Star Wars I hate.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. And like, look at this room. I can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a fan?
I mean, I'm just doing it for the money.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You losing the money, right? Anyway, I'm in the same boat. Don't worry. So this is very interesting. This is something I think even a lot of people who aren't really into Lego are interested in. Are the really big Lego sets.
Okay.
The ones where they catch your eye. Yeah. So, do you know which 10 Lego sets have the most pieces? Not size, but pieces. And this book is slightly outdated.
Okay.
So, I have made a small little edit. I hope it's correct. It should be mostly accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the number one?
So, it depends. Depends because I disagree with what some people. If we're gonna go with the piece count on the box,
yes,
it's probably going to be the world map.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
This is why I disagree though, because you do not use all the pieces to build the world map because there are several different options you can do.
You're gonna have to fight the CEO of Lego.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming they approved this book.
What's his name? Niels Christensen.
Is that his name?
Niels Christensen. Okay. We have words.
I'm not after you, but Peter is. I'm very content. Just give me more Sonic stuff and we're good. Okay, well, you got the number one. Most piece count. What's number 2?
Number 2, I believe it's going to be Olympic themed. At least summer 2024 Olympics.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Should be the Eiffel Tower. And actually, I know the piece count of this one.
All right.
10,010.
And we will fact check that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many does the world map claim it has?
Yeah, so the world map apparently, I should share the piece count. My apologies. It has 11,695 pieces.
Nice. It's horrible.
That is a lot of pieces though. I wonder if it's worth it, the money. Like if you were to use the pieces for something else.
I'm going to say it's a better map than the Lego Master set.
We don't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not ready for that yet.
Sorry.
Not the beef. We're not starting any wars yet. All right, well, you got those two.
Okay.
And the Eiffel Tower is not in this book
Okay.
because this book is from 2023, and I think Eiffel Tower was not out yet, or when this was written, it wasn't a part of it yet.
Yeah.
So I'll trust your word on the piece count. So according to this, the next one, what is it going to be? So this will be number 3.
I built this one. I think
Really?
I think it's going to be the Titanic. And I think it had 9,090.
How did you get that? Are you looking?
No,
Oh, okay. I'll
because,
just keep this over here.
when I actually bought this set when it was on release day,
Are you serious?
and I did a speed build across 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
15 hours of building. I compressed down to 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, you'll probably link that somewhere here. That's crazy. Okay, no wonder you knew that.
Was it
one.
9,090?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You literally got it. Yeah.
Because I remember that box.
I'm surprised.
And I was upset because I posted a reel at that time
Mhm.
when I sat that box on my dining room table,
Mhm.
said absolutely nothing, just the box sitting there, and I silently rolled in a head of lettuce, and it hit the box. It was iceberg
What kind of lettuce? Okay, shut up. Anyway, we're moving on.
Should have had more views, but no, I don't think the internet was ready. For it.
Everyone clicked off so fast
But it
from
was
that
a
reel.
reel.
I know
so
it.
short.
Yeah, they clicked off and they wanted to save the 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got world map,
Okay.
Eiffel Tower,
Okay.
Titanic, number 4. It's hard because you're going from highest to lower. Like you got to figure out that 10.
Can I ask? Is it a Star Wars set?
No, it is not a Star
It's
Wars
not
set.
a Star Wars set.
No.
I might not know this. Oh no, I know this.
Okay.
There's also I think it was Black Friday release.
Okay.
Coliseum.
It is indeed the Coliseum at 9,036 pieces. So it's just a little under Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
Barely.
And it's a lot, not as long as Titanic.
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually never seen it in person. So I don't really know how big it is.
It's probably like this.
I wouldn't want that in my room.
No. And for anyone who's listening, I'm talking about like a 3-foot diameter, 1 meter diameter.
Yeah. That'll be a no thanks for me. I will use that money.
And then
for
Titanic is like my wingspan.
Titanic is long. I think it's like a little over 4 feet, right? Yeah. I could lay on my side and like cuddle it like a body pillow. It won't be very comfortable, but size wise, that would work. So after that, what is the next one after the Coliseum?
Is it a Star Wars set?
It's a little bit of a jump down
Is it
from the
Star Wars?
Coliseum. Perhaps.
Okay. Is it the Millennium Falcon?
It is the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
Millennium Falcon comes at 7,541 pieces. Came out 2017. It's still the same one, right?
Yeah. Don't you know that every Star Wars set has 7,500 pieces?
Yeah. I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have to look at the book or anything.
Yeah.
It's all in here.
Well, I just mean, yeah. I always love hearing kids looking at Star Wars sets and be like, there's 7,500 pieces in there.
Is it always? Like, actually?
Well, I mean, that's the Star Wars set number. It's
I see what you mean. Yeah, because the set number is 75192.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely have seen people look at like the smallest set and they're like, whoa, how do they do that? Why is it only $15? Yeah. Okay, so after the Millennium Falcon.
It's going to start falling apart here.
Yeah.
Is it another Star Wars set?
Yes. And this is going to be the last Star Wars set on the list.
Is it the AT-AT?
It is the AT-AT.
Okay.
Yeah. And that comes in at 6,785 pieces.
Okay.
No peeking. That one was a 2021 release, so a little bit more recent. But
So we're at 5 sets now?
So we have World Map, Eiffel Tower, Titanic, Coliseum, and then the 2 Star Wars. So that's
we have
6.
4 more.
Number 7.
I have a feeling Taj Mahal is going to be on this list, but I don't know if it's going to be at number 7.
That's the tough part.
Yeah, it is.
Getting it in the right slot.
But the rest of them, I don't think I know. Maybe the Tower Bridge. Is that on there?
It is not on there.
So the last 4, I think, is going to be Taj Mahal.
Okay. Yeah, just throw them at me.
Is there any of the Ninjago sets that big?
There is one.
Is it City Gardens?
Maybe. You want to throw 2 more names out there?
Uh,
And then I'll give you the answers.
the markets or the docks? I don't think I know. I don't think I can come up with anything else.
Okay. Well, Taj Mahal was not the next one.
Okay.
But you were close. So the next one is actually the Hogwarts Castle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I was a little bit surprised about that because
Okay.
I knew it was big, but I'm pretty sure it's a micro scale build, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. So I was actually a little bit surprised. I didn't
a really
realize
big
it was
one.
that big. But Hogwarts Castle stands at 6,020 pieces.
Okay.
Good size. And then after that is the Taj Mahal.
Okay. The
Taj
first one.
Mahal. Yep. The very first, not the little one. That's gonna be
Oh.
5,922 pieces. And then after that we have Real Madrid Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. That's a long one. At 5,876.
And then City Gardens.
And then Lego Ninjago City Gardens.
Number 11, we don't care about.
5,685. Yep.
All right. Did I pass? All right. I mean, top 5 is something, you know.
Did you get all top 5?
I think so. I went all the way to the AT-AT.
You're right. I did give you some Star Wars hints.
That's true.
I will let you take
I
the
kept
dub.
on wanting to skip the Coliseum.
Yeah, I'll let you take the dub though.
Okay.
Yeah, you kept every time. Is this Star Wars? Is this Star Wars? But
'Cause I
I'll
know
give
which
it to
ones I wanted to say. I just
Yeah,
didn't know where they
you're
were
like Millennium Falcon. Keep it inside. Yeah. Well, you did a pretty good job.
at. Okay.
Yeah. You.
Nice.
I would say you might be a Lego fan.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're not sure yet.
We'll find out next time.
Yeah, we'll find out
Okay.
next time.
So yeah, closing remarks. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hopefully we can make this a weekly thing. You come back and listen and watch. And I am on YouTube and Instagram as Spacetime Brick Studio.
Mhm.
Do you have any socials you'd like to share?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube under Sony Bean, which will probably have a link to everything in the description as well.
Yeah.
We thank you for your patience in all of this. It's our first time for us to do anything like this, so it'll be very interesting.
And unfortunately, we did not have time to discuss Technic or Duplo. Hopefully we'll have time next week.
Oh, Duplo especially.
Yeah.
There's a lot to cover.
And thank you for joining and going 2 studs deeper. See you next time.
That sounded good.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good ending?
Yeah.
You know,
a little gross.
You know that
but
you know that part where the when you're watching the evening local news and the camera's dim and you see the anchors talk to each other, but the mic goes off.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what's going on right now?
I hope not.
No?
Yeah, because then that's going 3 studs deeper. That's a little scary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.